Can't get up. Hey, I am Brenda. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Dr. Doug's program that he has introduced to me. I started this program in June.
Well, not so
but
much,
not the program.
So
what he tried to do, he pulled a fast one on me. He said, I'm going to fix you so you don't have any cravings and no desires for this food that you want. To back it up, my mother died, and it's been 3.5 years, and I gained 35 pounds on top of what I already was. And so I had to do something. Everything was given out. My back, my knees, everything was given out. And so one night he said, why don't you come to this meeting? And I didn't know what it was about, and I never do that. And I decided I would go. So I went to the meeting, and it was at Fontanella's, which was an Italian restaurant. Well, we all ate pasta. And then he started his presentation on this weight loss program. And I went, I have tried everything. I've been at this for almost 70 years. And I've tried shots. I've tried amphetamines, which the doctor prescribed for me about 40 years ago. They didn't know that it was amphetamine. Maybe they did, but I didn't. And it didn't have the same connotation that it does now. And I would always lose 25 pounds and start gaining again. Then I did stomach stapling, which was successful for 35 pounds. And I learned how to get around that, because I said I'm a foodaholic, and I really am. And then I went to fasting through the Presbyterian program. I lost 35 pounds on that. And I gained again. And it's been about 40 years in between all this up, down, up, and down, up, and down. And then I went to the meeting, and he said, you know, let's try this. I said, well, why not? I've done everything else. So he said, all right, the first thing I want you to do is meat, cheese, eggs. Just do it for a couple of weeks. Liar, liar, pants on fire. So I did, and I would come in. At first, it was wonderful. Bacon, sausage, ham, meat, beef, chicken, pork, everything. Everything I love. Cheese, I could just consume cheese by the gallons. And eggs, omelets with cheese, omelets with sausage and cheese, omelets with ham, sausage, and cheese, omelets with everything. And after 2 weeks, I thought, this stuff doesn't taste as good as it did. So I came in. Well, just try it another week. So I did this for what, 5 weeks, didn't I?
and then you had to leave. You said, when can I get off? I said, when you come back, we'll talk about it.
And that was like 5 weeks.
This isn't what it's all about. This was just a break.
This is my preliminary. This to break me from my habits, my desires for food.
The sugar cravings, the bad cravings, the this, that,
Right.
any type of... Yeah.
It worked. I couldn't believe it. It worked. I did what he said, and it worked. So then we start on the real program, using the Colinex and the drops and the other things that he asked me to do. And I have stuck to this through thick and thin, through everything, through no desserts, low carbs, or very few carbs, eating what he told me to eat, and I've lost 60 pounds. That's about 1/3 of my goal. But I can tell you, I love this man. I love what he's doing for me. And I did pray about this a lot. I have prayed fervently for 6 to 8 months to help me to do this, to show me the way and to lead me to the right person. And I had been coming over here for chiropractic care for what, a year or two?
At least 2 years, yes.
And all of a sudden this man says, come to this meeting. And I went, and I don't know why. Now I know why. And I trust him. I trust his program. Everything that he has said, I look at him and I go, he says, trust me. And I go home and I try it, and lo and behold, it works. And this is, I would say, not easy, but the easiest weight loss program I have ever been on. To begin with, the cravings are not there. I just got back from the Southern Living Show. I haven't even been home. I've been there since 11:30 this morning. I could not go last year. I couldn't even go because I could not walk. And so, having shed 60 pounds, and I've got a lot more to go.
How's your energy?
My energy, I feel terrific. I don't feel just like I could just zone out in a chair somewhere. My energy level is unbelievable. I feel so much better. If I keep feeling this much better every 60 pounds, I'm going to have to find somewhere to use my energy, because I have gotten somebody to clean my house because I couldn't do it anymore. I may have to fire her. You know that?
That'd be a good thing.
And I just want to tell you guys, I don't care if you have to lose 10 pounds or 200 pounds. I am a believer in this man and his program. He has done things for me that nobody has ever been able to do for me. So, any questions? If you go on the program and use the Colonix, I have some things that I have done to help me drink the things and all of that people don't think about, and I've shared those with a couple of people. But I am not real crazy about the taste of the powder in that, but I put stevia, which is a natural sweetener, and vanilla in mine. It's like a milkshake, and I drink that every day, every morning.
You can put cinnamon in there too. Warm it up, make cinnamon.
I mean, you don't have to take it au natural. You can do things as long as they're healthy for you. And I just believe in this program. I honestly do. So if anybody has any questions.
Plus you went off for a month. Did you gain in that month?
No.
She went off because you have to take a break. And it's due to the amount of weight that she has to lose that she had to go off. Then we went back on. You still continued, what, 3 pounds at that point?
Something.
3-4 pounds at that point?
Yeah.
So it's to, as you'll see, it's to reset our brain. It's like resetting your thermostat in your house.
See, and nobody's ever told me these things, and nobody has ever stuck with me. Like, how many of you have ever been to the doctor and they say, you need to lose weight, you need to see a dietitian, you need to this. They don't help you. They send you home and expect you to come back a size 2. And they don't give you the support. And your support comes from this man, this program, here, and God. And that's all I can tell you about it. It's a wonderful program. And I do believe in it. I've gone down 2 sizes in clothes.
Also with the support on the website, there's going to be a chat, a forum, so that you can write in and say if you're, hey, I struggle with this, or this has been a windfall for me, so there'll be a forum on there as well.
Well, I went to, like I said, I went to Southern Living Show, and this is the first year I haven't bought the nuts. They have that booth that has all those roasted nuts, and you walk by and and the fudge and the cake from the bakeries and stuff. I just didn't want it. To me, food is an enemy. It's an enemy for me personally. Food is my enemy because I cannot let myself go and eat everything that I think I want. And I think I've broken over once or twice, and I eat something that I remember of being so great.
It's not real great, is it?
It's not great. It's just not great anymore. It's just not great anymore. And you can do this. You can do this. If I can do it, I was a loser. I really have been a no loser person, and it affected my whole being. Self-esteem, everything.
You've done wonderful.
Thank
We're all proud of you. We're all so proud of you.
Well, if if anybody needs any help or anything, Dr. Duck can give you my phone number. I'll be glad to talk to you and encourage you. Not that I'm the end all of everything, but I've never had 60 pounds off of me. And my family's so ecstatic, they can't stand it.
What happened to Bob? Just because she started eating right, her husband dropped 20.
He dropped 20 pounds. He didn't need to drop 20 pounds, but he dropped 20 pounds. And we're eating so healthy now. It's really, I'm going to go home and have me some boiled shrimp and salad.
That sounds good.
Thanks, guys, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. You have a good night.
Thanks. I got to home be longer.
So check this out so we can all get started. There's four secrets to staying young naturally. It's about fat reduction and body rejuvenation tonight. You don't have to write anything just yet. I'll have you write here in a minute. Uh-oh. Okay, there's leading theories about aging, okay? But remember, they're just theories. Tonight we're going to talk about true facts, scientific facts. I'm going to tell you a testimonial. You all can't laugh when you see my picture, okay? But this is my story. I turned, in 2008, I turned 40. I had 5 herniated discs, okay? I went through a series of MRI, CT scan, x-rays. I ended up having low back surgery. They put me under, so I had anesthesia. I had antibiotics, right? My dad died. And of course, we all deal with the environmental stress. We open the door, we have environmental stress. So do you think that I was stressed? I was stressed in every way. I was stressed mentally, I was stressed physically, I was stressed emotionally, I was stressed chemically, hormonally, and environmentally, right? So what I discovered was that I was toxic, acidic, I had decreased digestive function, right? And that goes along with being constipated. Low hormone production, and I had a 38 waist, and it was just getting bigger. Everything that I did, my waist was getting bigger, I'm getting fatter, and in fact, here's me at Great Wolf Lodge walking around with my kids, and I was embarrassed to have my shirt off that day, and for the first time, because I'm an athlete, I work out every day, I was working out here, there's no way that you can even tell. I'm very regimented in what I do, the time that I wake up in the morning, to the time that I go to bed at night, and everything that I put in my body. And I kept on getting bigger. I remember getting on the scale after my surgery, go from 216 to 223, 232, 236, 240, 242, 246. I hovered around for a while, bumped 249 and a half, and then I started cutting calories. I started cutting my intake. It worked for about a week. I went back down to 246. I said, oh, it's going to be the turnaround. And it wasn't. And every time before, if I would start to gain weight, I could immediately turn around. You know, you guys, especially you women, you hear, oh, guys drop it like that. We do, you know, in comparison. But our hormones are different, and my hormones, my body was not changing. It said, nope, it bumped me right back up to 249. So what did I do, right? Staying up at night, I'm worried about my weight. I feel lousy in here, you know, seeing 300, 400 visits a week. You know, and I'm barely getting through my week. Thursday, you know, when I was in shape, I'd see 550 patient visits a week. And Thursday, I was stoked. I would go home and play with my kids. Thursday night comes around, and I'm absolutely exhausted. I cannot wait to get home and just relax. And here I found myself starting to sleep in, and I never do. So my criteria for my research said it had to line up with my beliefs. It had to be natural, right? Must support the body and our function, right? Must make sense to me. Has to make sense. It must be easy and convenient, be safe, produce results, and be short-term. Whatever short-term is for us, right? Has to be short-term. It has to be something I can get in, get out, and be done with it. So it had to line up with me. The blueprint to health that will enable me to live a healthier life, right? Have more energy, feel better without harmful drugs or surgery. So this is what I found, right? We'll make it easy for you. There's an acidity problem, right? As we age, there's a hormone problem. There's a nutritional deficit problem. We become toxic, and that goes along with acidity and our nutritional deficit. And also, we decrease our activity because we feel so lousy. Decrease activity, run around with our kids, things that we do. You know, we become the bystander. As everybody's running around, we're over here sitting watching people do it instead of running around doing it. So, here's some things that you can write down. Being acidic, right? When we have an acid problem, and everybody does, when we intake, other than water, when we intake something into our body, the byproduct of that intake is acid production. It's just like your automobile. When you put unleaded fuel into the gas tank, what comes out of the exhaust pipe is harmful to the environment. It's carbon monoxide, right? It's toxic to our body. When we put stuff into our body, the breakdown, the chemical breakdown, we produce acid. It's just a natural occurring problem. Our optimal pH zone, acid is based upon pH, but our optimal pH zone is somewhere between 6.5 and 7.5. And what happens is, when we're acidic, our body already will start to store fat because we have an acidic problem. So what will happen is our body will produce fat to buffer the acid and bring the acid into the fat cell and store it so that it keeps our pH down. So that's problem number one. I found that 100% of Americans are dehydrated. We don't drink the proper water. We don't drink enough water. We're constipated, and bottled water is more expensive than gasoline. Problem number two is that we have a hormone problem. After the age of 25, our hormones drastically go down. Okay? Here's some symptoms of lower hormone function. Can everybody keep up with me? Everybody's up with that? Hormone function? So, symptoms of lower hormone production. Fat or weight gain and a low sex drive. Erectile dysfunction and difficulty concentrating. Night sweats and fatigue.